to it. I'm just like, I can't get it out of my head. All right. How's it going, everybody? A Shinigami here to bring you another brilliant, whatchamacallit? My brain's fucking having a brain fart. We're talking about fun stuff here. Yeah. Hold up. Wait a minute. God damn it. I'm telling you, the song is in my head. It's infected me. Uh, so, welcome to another Ace in the Hole episode 10. We are now at the double digits of this show. That means things get a little bit more technical, things get a little bit more intricate. Just kidding, not really. We're still low. We're still low quality, bottom tier. But we do what we can in these trying times. For now, please enjoy my nonsensical rants about politics, the public persona, the Hollywood media, and all that stuff for about maybe 30 minutes today. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. But whatchamacallit. Today, an unfortunate thing we'll first start on talking about is the passing of one Susan Wojcicki, dying at the age of 56. And this was because of cancer. Now, kind of a shocker to many people is the fact that she even had cancer. I didn't know she had that. Many other people didn't know that either. So this all coming out is just full stop. What the fuck, you know? But while she did have some policies and changes to YouTube when she was in office that restricted many people and maybe some actions that did need to be taken, it is still unfortunate when we do lose people like this uh, to diseases or trying times. And yeah, it's just sucks that she is gone for something as, I don't know if you want to call it small, but as something as little as cancer. But, you know, maybe that's why she appointed the dude that we have right now in charge of YouTube, because she already had been given the diagnosis and stuff like that, and was just like, you know what, I'm gonna soften the blow. I'm gonna make sure I uh appoint a successor, so that way things won't be just kind of out of whack when I'm gone. At least she tried to stabilize the company when time came that she would be gone. That's what at least it seems like. So I can't fault her for too much on this point. But it is definitely a bummer that YouTube loses someone as significant as Susan Wojcicki. Some people pointed out, hey, at least she's free from the shackles of YouTube and Google. But yeah, I mean, she'll be fine. She's in a better place. Pray God bless her soul. You know, to be okay. We got other things to get take care of, and it seems like she took care of her stuff before she left. So lives. There you go. There you go. That's what we're supposed to be on. I am definitely not gonna pay Wall Street Journal any fucking money though to just look at their fucking article. Again, all we know is he passed away. Boom. All right. Um. Next thing on the docket list. Oh no, it should be this one. It's already kind of hard to tell there, but Borderlands. I am not gonna fucking enable ads. Rotten Tomato, you can suck a dick. But as you can see there, the critic score is at a 10% and the audience score is at a 50%. And many, 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 many people have already destroyed this film for the fact that they're, well, for one, the aesthetics of the people do not match the ages that they're portraying. You have people that are at least 30 to 20, maybe 40 years older than their game counterparts. And some of these people just do not match physically at all, right? It's usually a younger cast in the games, and also the art style and other things that help it out. But in this, you have none of that, right? You're going off of just pure physical. Or I don't know if you want to say attraction. No, not attraction. Physical appearance. Them matching the characters, but then at the same time, when you had a game that had a specific art style to make it look kind of cartoony, kind of 2D, uh, hard edges, hard borders, whatever you want to call it, um, and then going into live action that has none of that, and having characters that just don't fit the role at all, like Kevin Hart, even Kate Blanchett, which she's not ugly by any means, but she definitely doesn't fit the role of a fucking 40-year-old at the age that, or the way that the person looks in the game. Like, no. Um, this is one of those things where Hollywood kind of takes more than they can chew and thinks that they can kind of pivot this into a positive, which they definitely ain't going to be able to turn this into a positive. Too many fans of the Borderlands series, and I only played the games like a handful of minutes. Can't even say that I'm not in depth of a fan either, but from the little that I played, I'm like, wow, I definitely like the art style. I just didn't have time to play that, or I got into something else at the time, so I was just like, well, whatever. But like the art style definitely does stand out quite a bit for this series. So you stepping away from that, not having that play into kind of, or not look like anything in the games for the movie, is kind of baffling, because it's just like if you had a movie that there's people that cosplay Borderlands characters all the time, and they're able to put the fucking hard edges, the borders and stuff on their face, and make it very much appear as if they're video game characters brought to life, right? Why could you not have done that same thing for this live action? You would have done that. People would have been flocking to your film, praising, saying, like, oh my God, have you seen how they did this and that? The people look fantastic. This matched what I thought a live action could be, but instead, you have done the exact opposite. You did a live action with people that are way too old for the actual characters. You also did not typecast properly to where certain characters just don't fit the role and are just, instead of being um, invested and pretending to be believed that these people can be that role, you're instead taken out of the production. You're just like, oh nope, I know this is the movie. I know this is a certain actor that's pretending to be this character, and I'm not gonna believe it. Like, you take them out of the fucking movie completely. Um, but could have been avoided. Could have been an easy dunk. But again, it's one of those things where one of these game movies gets made, and the studio company that basically funded this whole project did not understood, or sorry, did not understand why people fell in love with that series in the first place. um I mean, it's been a kind of common thing where there's it's been better the past few years with some of these game adaptations, but there are still many companies that do not understand what makes a good video game adaptation to movie. Because, yeah, you got Sonic, you've got Warcraft, which was pretty close. Um, what else is there? What other game adaptation movie is pretty good? I was gonna say Ready Player One, but that's not a game adaptation. Mortal Kombat? Yeah, Warcraft. Yeah, Warcraft was pretty good. Um, call it? Detective Pikachu. That was a pretty good video game to movie. I was gonna say Mortal Kombat. Did you like the Mortal Kombat? I thought it was pretty okay. No, okay. I'd say Mortal Kombat, even though it's kind of might be might be forgettable. But they've been doing better with some of these video game to movie adaptations. So for something like this to fall so flat is just inexcusable. Um, could have been easy, could have been a win, but they fucking failed. Moving on to the big news of the day. Blah 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 blah. We gotta pull up to the fucking top. I was originally on the fucking parts portion of this. We don't need to see any of that for right now. But D23 has just unveiled, and well, granted, I could talk a little bit about the Robert Downey Jr. return playing Dr. Victor Von Doom. Well, I already made a video about that, so there's no point in treading old grounds. Instead, what we will talk about is stuff that was announced today at the D23 Expo, which is The Incredibles 3, Toy Story 5, Frozen 3, and then a few other projects from Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. Pixar, well, I already said what was coming out from Pixar, which is what I just fucking named. Incredibles 3, Toy Story 5. From Disney's portion, you got Lilo and Stitch and Snow White live action. Stitch doesn't look too bad, but the fucking Snow White thing, well, we already remember what Rachel Zegler said about it last time, which was, she's not gonna be dependent on the prince. She's gonna basically be a strong, independent woman. She's gonna find love in her own way. She's not gonna find love because of a man telling her because she needs to love him. The seven dwarves. There's no dwarves. Well, guess what? Now they changed it back to being dwarves. Also, you had Peter Dinklage saying, "Hey, dwarves are a protected class, so you shouldn't say anything bad about uh midgets." And then a bunch of midgets came out and being like, "Hey, Peter Dinklage, you're a fucking dick. We want work, and you're over here denying us work because you want to fucking make a social statement." So it's just been wild on that fucking front, all because of fucking Snow White. But hey, don't hire midgets apparently. Well, what's fucking stupid? What else fucking happened? Oh, Moana 2, while also having Moana live action. So, what? Whoa. You also have Zootopia 2. What else is there? There was a few things. Skeleton Crew, the Mandalorian film. Hold up. I'm trying to remember everything before I actually show anything because I'm trying to see if I can actually remember all these proper. Oh, you have the Ironheart. Ironheart. Oh, that was a fucked up burp. Oh, you had the Ironheart announcement. You had Agatha announcement. You had another teaser for Red Hulk, Captain America 4. Is that it? Is that it? I think that's it. I think that's it. I think I remembered most of this stuff that was popping up. But yeah, you already saw the Moana 2, Snow White, which, this fucking chick ruined it herself. And I don't know if how many people this presentation, I should say, in general, was trying to regain the faith of so many people of like, hey, we know we kind of fucked up your faith in us in the past few years from these shit films that we brought out, but hopefully we kind of regain your ability to watch us after this presentation. Which for some, yeah, there were people that were just like, no, fuck Disney before this, and then now they're just like, yeah, and it's just like that easy, huh? That easy? You're just gonna be swayed by their fucking announcements when you already know what's gonna happen, or there'll be some stuff that you might get excited about, and then comes out, you're just like, man, this was shit. You know what I mean? Like, be fucking like have some goddamn grounds. God damn. Anyways, Again, one of the crazier things was the fucking Lilo and Stitch. Oh, hold on, let me lower that fucking thing significantly. Like at least Stitch actually sounds like Stitch. I'll give him that much. So this one I have faith might be decent. I'm not gonna fully put my fucking cards in that it's gonna be great, because they can easily fuck it up, and the fact that it's live action already does have me kind of like, I know you're gonna take some fucking shortcuts, because for one, the opening scene with the aliens and all the different races that they got in that spaceship, how many are you actually going to display in the live action, you know? And then how many are you going to actually display doing the proper motions when, Stitch makes his blasphemous cursing statements in his language, right? Like, and also when Jumba is being told, "Hey, we're gonna recruit you to go look for Stitch and hunt him down," basically, right? Like they obviously show a bunch of other aliens getting to that point. Like they're gonna take shortcuts. I just feel it, and I don't want that, because Stitch was such a good fucking movie, and so many people basically hid the production of Lilo and Stitch until it was almost like 90% done, and then brought it up to the executives and like, "Hey, look what we fucking got. I know this isn't a film you guys would normally want to make, but we got 90% of it done. What do you think?" Like, and the fact that it got made, it got turned into what it was, and it was a badass movie about family and other shit like that. Like, don't ruin this all for fucking agenda's sake. Like, that's all many people are saying, and yeah, it's just hard to see something like this film get announced and not be a little scared of like, please don't do anything stupid about it, because we're expecting good things out of this. Goku hair? That's so fucking wild. This is so random. Yeah, just please don't fuck up Stitch. Incredibles 3, Incredibles 2 was fucking incredibly woke with the bad guy, what was their fucking name? The hypnotist person? Do you remember the name, babe? You don't remember them? Is that forgettable, huh? I'm trying to think. I'm just like, I keep wanting to be like, it's Hypno. I swear to God, if it's Hypno, let me look this up. Live. Incredibles 2 villain. Her name was, Screenslaver. Oh. Oh. Yeah, because he does the hypnotist stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that too. Yeah, so there you can see fucking her name was Screenslaver. Yeah, if we get another Screenslaver, we're fucked. Incredibles 3, yeah, it's down the drain. We had such a badass, annoying motherfucker with syndrome. And then, they fucking give us Screenslaver in the fucking sequel. It's just like, what a downgrade. Someone that connected to the past of the heroes and turned into a villain because they denied them what they wanted. Oh, you could have had so much connective tissue, but you decided to fuck it all up. Then you got Toy Story 5, which has the introduction of, oh no, kids have tablets now, and toys are becoming obsolete. What do we do? But also, didn't Woody leave? So, it's if I'm not mistaken, I definitely I Oh my god, my ears. I could have sworn that Woody left. But let's just take a look. Well, that's all they're gonna do, huh? A fucking no dialogue, nothing like that. Again, didn't Woody leave at the end of Toy Story 4 to go with Miss Bo Peep? So how the fuck would he be in this movie unless he just abandons that plot element? And then again, we got Frozen 3. Good on you. Zootopia 2. Whatever the fuck Elio is. Calling all her things. Time for a special look at Elio with Zana introducing a new member of cast, Zoe Saldana. Don't know what the fuck that is. Zootopia 2, there you go. Skeleton Crew, that's the Star Wars stuff. Agatha All Along, not gonna fucking look at that. Fantastic Four, First Step Snippet. Daredevil, Born Again, they definitely had some Daredevil stuff being announced, which, it's supposed to be a little bit more gritty, kind of continuation from the Netflix stuff. Surprisingly, maybe they had a little bit of the backlash from what happened from She-Hulk. Sorry. Avatar 3 being announced and shown. Fire and Ash. You got the Fire Nation in in the Avatar series. Again, whoa. Freakier Friday. Oh no, Lindsay Lohan is back at work, which good for her, but I feel like it's a decade too late for a sequel for this. And it's just Tron Eris as well. That's another thing that's being announced that will have Nine Inch Nails be composing their fucking film soundtrack. Like, these are all well and dandy things, but some of these things feel like they're just coming out way too late in the game, where you had things earlier on that if you would have done like the previous Tron film or Freak You Friday, well, for definitely sure fucking Avatar. Um, if you did these things at least 5 years ago, it would make more sense. Even 10 years ago, obviously, for like Freaky Friday and shit like that. But the fact that you waited this long, 2024 is when you're gonna start announcing these things, and some of them don't come out till 2025, 2026, 2027. You are pushing these. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Just not a good thing. Not a good slate of announcements. You also had Mufasa announced, which another Disney live action film, which wasn't shown on this part here. What else was fucking shown? Apparently, Atlantis was gonna have a live action. Let me look that up real quick, see if I'm not fucking crazy on that. Atlantis live action. Because I could have sworn I saw a video of this. Yeah, here it is. Oh, fuck, TikTok. If I can play it at all. Oh, let's try and restart it, see if it plays on its own. I think that's it.
Milo James Flash. This is a map. Meaning you are the man to read. Mr. Blue, I've been waiting my entire life for a chance like this. Tell me, what do you expect to find down there?
Enough of these silly fairy tales. If you would please describe the ticket.
I mean, that looks pretty real to me. This seems okay from what I can see from that little clip there. Would you watch that one?
I feel as though
It won't hit the same.
no.
No.
It's a very
Specific.
very specific style to it that at least I feel like it does.
Because the 3D and 2D mixed together. And then, well, just the art style as well for the 2D is very unique. Because, yeah, like this, I like this style. I don't know. It's just hard for me to believe that Disney would be able to pull this one off without some fumble of like, oh, we make the location too small or too big or the vehicles don't look right, or characters don't match. It's like there's too many things that can happen. Like it was pretty good for the cartoon. Mm. But yeah, that's Disney's announcements. Millie Bobby Brown is definitely not Cheetah. Yeah, no, that was fake, as you saw in that little trailer there. But they didn't announce it the same way they did other stuff. So, who knows? Hold your breath if this is actually real or not. Seems like it's very real. Coming out next year apparently, but maybe they're just like, how let's have a little bit more test screenings to make sure that people like this before we actually push it out. But if it's real, good on them.
Like
Huh.
Atlantis as a cartoon was very steampunk.
Yeah.
They have to do well in their steampunk style
Mm-hmm.
in order to feel like Atlantis. And then not to mention that it's also like fantasy mixed in
Sci-fi.
with
Yeah.
steampunk because of Atlantis itself, because it's all fantasy, it's all machinery and such. But
Gems having magic.
yeah, but it's also like magical and all this type of stuff. So it's not just machines; it's also fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. They need to really be capable of displaying steampunk, and then when it
fantasy.
comes to and fantasy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna fall flat.
Yeah.
And if their CGI is poor,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's probably the other bigger criticism is if they're working these CGI artists to the bone for any of these projects and they're not able to put out their best, then it's not going to do these films any good because people are just going to point out, hey, it was good at the first half, and then towards the end, you could start seeing the CGI kind of falling apart, or it just starts looking worse, or something like that. Because there's been people pointing that out for the past few years now, and it's gotten worse. So yeah, let's hope none of that actually comes to fruition. Disney, please do your due diligence and try not to, you know, escape on these CGI artists. Don't overwork them. Give them enough breaks. Give them give them a long enough lunchtime. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. Like I said, short little episode. Main things I wanted to cover. Susan Wojcicki, R.I.P. Sorry that you passed away. Some of the things you might have done for YouTube make a little more sense now. But also, rest in peace. Things going on with Robert Downey Jr. and Borderlands. Crazy things happening. And of course, the most important, D23 having the announcements that they had about all these films coming out that are just wild. Other than that, really shouldn't have got me signing out. Y'all have a good morning, good evening, and good night. This has been Ace in the Hole. Whoa. Episode 10. Signing out. Y'all have a good night.